Now let's explore the Pythagorean theorem. The formula most popularly used for the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What this means is anytime you have a right angled triangle, if you square these two sides and add them, you'll get the square of the hypotenuse. Now, C is always the hypotenuse. You could put A or B in either place, but for now I'll put A here and B here. So what we're going to do, we're going to work out the length of the hypotenuse using the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A was 4, so replace A with 4. B was 3, we replace B with 3. And we write back C squared. We don't know what C is. Now 4 squared means 4 times 4, and 3 squared means 3 times 3. If you're according to BEDMAS, you'd have to square these numbers before you can add them. So 4 squared is 16, and 3 squared is 9, and you'd get C squared. When we add 16 and 9, we get 25. And 25 is equal to C squared. The opposite of squaring something is finding the square root. So we find the square root of 25 to find C. When we find the square root of 25, the square root of 25 is 5. So in this triangle here, the length of the hypotenuse is 5 units. Now let's look at the next example over on the right. We label our triangle. We start with the longest side as C, then we label the other two sides. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Replace A with 4. Replace B with 2. And C is still just C. Let's make some more space. Let's work this out. 4 squared is 16, and 2 squared is 4. And when we add 16 plus 4, we should end up with C squared. Now our next step is to find the square root of 20. And the square root of 20 on our calculators is 4.47. So that's the length of our hypotenuse. So C equals 4.47. And this is how we use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse.